you would please, for Juergen Boyny.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Warm welcome even also from my side. And thank you for attending at least now global IFA press conference, and thank you for going with me to what about a 30-minute tour around what happens at the moment in this exciting market of technical goods, and the exciting market of consumer electronics, IT, telecommunication, domestic appliances, major or small domestic appliances. And the title for my introduction into the market is at least connecting the dots. What we want to do within the next half hour is to connect these dots. It's all about, at the moment at least, the connectivity, no matter where and no matter what. And connectivity is at least something which is the theme for all these technologies we have around at IFA. Yeah? When IFA started with years ago, at least being a consumer electronic trade show. Yeah? It is now consumer electronics, telecommunication, it's information technology, it's at least since several years even also with domestic appliances. So all these products, and yet we are in a time where these products are at least to be connected and are put together under this one big theme, under this one big issue, which is at least the connectivity. And if we start, first of all, maybe with this world of digital products, digital devices, which includes TV as well as a smartphone, which include as well, of course, even also with a PC or a tablet PC, then we expect for 2015 a development of plus 1.5 in value. Plus 1.5 in value, total amount 790 billion euro. Is this good? Yes, I think this is a good result for at least with a vital market, a vital high-tech market. Preconditions could be better, yes, of course. Yeah, we have some kind of world economic. Yeah, world economic is positive in total. We know, yes, I think latest forecast is plus 3.5, but has been slightly reduced in the GDP forecast. We know that China is even still continuously positive, but maybe not by plus 8%, by plus 6.8% in the only remaining, but it's still positive, of course. We know, of course, we have military conflicts, which attacks at least even also the development of digital world markets. If we have Ukraine and Russia, for example, we expect to lose 2015 around about 3 million TV sets, as there is a military conflict. With military conflicts in Africa, we have Syria as still, of course, the war situation in Syria. We have, of course, all these obstacles in the development. Nevertheless, the market will grow by plus 1.5% in value, highly driven, on one hand, continuously by the smartphone. Yeah? By the smartphone, which is at least the connecting dot to all these technologies. And we see later on the smartphone is at least the possibility, yeah, to launch new products in the market, to launch new smart technologies. But this is the digital world, and if we split up now this digital world into the different regions, we see a different picture. Yeah? Positive growth by plus 3% is what mentioned here in blue color. Yeah, is the emerging Asia area. Emerging Asia, which includes India, which includes China, which includes all these countries in Southeast Asia where people might buy their first flat TV. Yeah, where people nowadays change at least from a former feature phone or mobile phone now to a smartphone, where people have the chance even also to buy a tablet or to buy a PC. Yeah? India is in, China is a positive development of plus 3%, 27% of the market. And then 25%, 1/4 of the market is Europe. 1/4 of the market is Europe, 25%, bigger than North America, as we see here. Negative in development by -2%, and we have to point out this -2% is on one hand coming from the development in Russia, Ukraine. The other point is at least, of course, that we know we have still today weak countries in the Mediterranean area. Greece is, of course, one example. But we see, and who has listened yesterday to my presentation of the European consumer electronic market, consumers are positive at the moment. Yeah? Consumers, we are at least see, oh, my situation might get better. Yeah? So we have the hope that even also this at the moment, we plan forecasted -2%, will increase in the near future. We see North America still on a positive development, highly driven by a positive development of the private consumption. Yeah? After at least the financial crisis, which has attacked the consumers, also from 2009 onwards at the moment, when people invest more in apartments, in housing, we establish their living rooms again with new products, bigger screen sizes especially, so a development of +3%. And gaining market is, of course, at least even also Middle East Africa. Yeah, +6% for Middle East and Africa, and we see this +6% is at least quite often a result of continuous increased household penetration in these markets. This has been the digital world market, but with a part of the IFAs, of course, even also the domestic appliances market. And be convinced domestic appliance market at the moment is even better than the digital world market. Yeah, development, so even the market in value total is smaller than the digital world market, but development 2015 is expected to be +3% in Euro, and even also for small domestic appliances. Yeah, we shouldn't forget this small domestic appliances market. We see a development even above this, the major domestic appliances market, the development of +4%. Yeah, and yesterday my colleague and we told you a lot of things which happens at the moment in this small domestic appliances market. And even this small domestic appliances market is at least even also connected. Yeah, a lot of products are at least controlled by the smartphone, right? A lot of new technologies and a lot of new things in health area, for example, appear in this market and are brought, at least to the consumers, and highly expected, at least to be accepted by the consumers as well. +4% for the small domestic appliances market. And if we split up this major domestic appliances by country, we see different pictures compared to the digital world market. For major domestic appliances, by far the biggest market is the European market. There was around about 1/3 of the share, even at the moment we're negative as well, but the growth of this major domestic appliances market is at least coming from all other regions around the world. Yeah, emerging Asia even by +7, Middle East, Africa in parallel to what we see in the digital world market, a development of +6% as well, North America by +5%. So the global market of major domestic appliances is at least the fantastic market here with a high growth potential. Turning back a bit to the digital world market and splitting now this digital world by product categories, we see the driver of the digital devices market is still the smartphone. Also in 2015, smartphones will push this digital world market. And this is a picture here which shows the development in value. And every one of us is aware that prices are ongoing negative in this digital world market. And nevertheless, even under this precondition that the prices are negative, we see smartphone market is growing in value by +8%. Also tablet PC market is growing, but not as fast growing as we have seen this in the past. We see at the moment the tablet PC market still positive, but the curve of market growth for tablets is getting flatter at least. And we have, and we never should forget at least that this is one core product of the living room, yeah, the TV, and the TV is market is even growing by +2%, even by +2.3% to be exactly. Yeah, so it's still, of course, remaining high interest here in this TV market. We have to point out, and this is at least the same message as I have done the last year, as I have at least even done the year ago. Yeah? This smartphone, yeah, is attacking at least a lot of other technologies. Yeah? And one is, of course, with the photo market, yeah, where especially these basic digital still cameras are drastically reducing the market, and the total digital still camera market is eroding by -15%. But it's not only the smartphone, it's at least the connectivity at all, which attacks at least a lot of other products existing in the market. I will take out of this grey zone, yeah, shares 18% in 2015, the development was -5%, the DVD market, for example. Yeah? And as TVs are more and more connected, and as TV are getting the content, at least more and more from the internet, yeah? People say, okay, I can get latest blockbuster movies at least via my video provider. Yeah? I don't need a DVD player at least anymore. In case I buy one, I spend less money. Yeah? Or at least I think about whether it makes more sense to get this at least via the internet instead of buying a DVD player. So the connectivity, of course, yeah, which bears a lot of new potentials, is attacking at least even also those products which has been in our minds before. We have had this experience years ago, yeah, with the audio market, when years ago there has been an existing CD player market, but nowadays no one is buying a CD player anymore, as at least the music is on the smartphone, the music is coming from the internet via Spotify or all these other things, but not from the CD player anymore. Having a detailed look to the smartphone market, I think this is something we should keep in mind again. It is a 1.4 billion market in terms of units in 2015 expected. 1.4 billion smartphones will be sold at least to the users in 2015. And this smartphone market at least bear new other markets, bear things which people have never thought about years ago. Yeah? And one typical example is this wearable market everyone speaks at the moment about. Yeah, and we expect in 2016 114 million wearables need to be sold. And the big driver for these wearables will be on one hand the smartwatches, and the other one will be at least the health and the fitness level tracker. Yeah, and there will be a lot of these products, yeah, which collect data of your health, yeah, which have the possibility, of course, to send these data of your health, of your moving behavior, of your sports activities to anywhere to address the internet, for self-control, of course, as well, however, even also for control of medical care centers. Insurance companies might be interested in this. So new players will step into this digital world market, new players as well as into the smartwatch market. Yeah? We know that Apple has already announced a high-end smartwatch on a price level of $10,000. But it will be not only Apple who will step in this high-end smartwatch market. Yeah, we expect that at least at the end, even also consumers will look for a smartwatch of their most favorite luxury brands. So we might have in the future Rolex, Audemars Piguet, we might have in the future Tag Heuer, at least, where their clients ask me, yes, I love your watches, but can I connect this watch at least? It's not a Rolex, sorry, it's only a cheap one, but can I connect this Rolex at least even also to my smartphone? Yeah, I do not want to have an Apple Watch as well as my Rolex watch. I want to have at least my Rolex even also connected to the market. So the development of the smartphones does not bear only new products and new possibilities, but allow at least even also for new companies to step in this digital world market, and later on even maybe to step even also on IFA. Yeah. However, we've quite often seen that these new products quite often do not have a long, consistent or sustainable life cycle in the world. We pick out two examples. This is on one hand the navigation system, personal navigation systems. All these products which you quite often see in the car, close to the window. Oh, I have even also a screen in the car. There is furthermore no additional screen in the car. Yeah. Either your navigation system is built in the car already when you buy the car, or you have your navigation system at least on the smartphone. Yeah. So this market blew up. Yeah. At a life cycle of around about every 10 years, but is now going down drastically. Similar happens at least with the e-readers. Yeah. Your e-reader is your tablet meanwhile. Yeah, with a better picture quality, but with more possibilities at least, even also of course, and we see even also e-reader markets going down. We have other fantastic markets which we even also, according to connectivity, are growing up. This is the soundbar market, the soundbar speakers we on the TV market. Quite often more and more we connect even also wirelessly to your equipment and at home. Yeah. Very positive in development, and we see at least even also a fantastic market. This is the action cams, yeah, which is drastically growing, yeah, blowing up at least by mainly one brand, yeah, by mainly one brand which hasn't existed in the market the years before. Yeah, it was not the traditional camcorder brands who have started this market. It was at least with the young people with a new idea. What else can we do by having on one hand the technology of camcorder, but having on the other hand also this behavior of consumers going on YouTube, having an account on Facebook, with sharing at least content with more and more at least with everyone in the world, and not only picture content, but at least even also with video content. And the next step is of course having a youth which is more and more active, doing even sometimes high-risk sports on mountain biking, skiing or whatever it is, and wearing at least meanwhile even also an action cam. Yeah. And this action cam market bears at least again in the following the other things. Yeah. So drones will become up. Yeah, and for sure we will see drones even also on IFA, and this will not be only a B2B market, it will be as well as a B2C market. And we will have a knowledge on this drone market, what happens. Yeah, people own a smartphone, next step they own an action cam, and next step it might be they will own a drone, yeah, to get some nice pictures from their own house. Even maybe from the neighbor's house, and what happens in the garden of the neighbor's house, of course, even might be. These are restrictions then, which might be some kind of legal discussions, but it's a technology which will pop up, and it's a technology which will accompany us at least even also in the future. Examples I have been shown in the past minutes, we was in these examples coming from some kind of mobile internet or mobile lifestyle. Action cams, drones of course as well. Smartphones is a mobile device at least. You have to be aware internet innovation happens also at home. It's not only that the mobile connectivity is a part of the digital world, it's at least even also the connectivity at home, which runs this market. And then we have of course, if we take the digital world market, we have of course to know and to accept, yeah, in the living room, main product in the living room is still the TV set. And TV market is a constant big market all around the world. Yeah? We have 2015, 2016, more than 240 million TV sets to be sold. Market will be stable in consumer demand. It's a long existing market. Yeah? In my experience is that we're having the reporting video on TV more than 30 years old, but the product is at least developed during the 20s. Yeah? Has boomed up in the 30s, 40s, 50s, became colored in the 70s, it became flat in the 90s or in the year 2000, yeah? And it's getting now bigger and bigger. And it might not that the market go up to 300 million units as it is at the moment at 245 million units. But innovation in this market, and at least even also growth in the market, happens within the market. As consumer continuously, when they buy a new TV set, maybe after 7 years or after 8 years, will go to an advanced product. Will buy a bigger screen, will buy a screen with a better picture quality, and we see 2016 we expect more than 20% of the screens will be above 50 inch. We'll see most of them, 17% of the total market will be 4K market, and of course it will be more and more often to be connected to the internet. Yeah, 3.9 million curved TVs are expected in 2015. 400,000 OLED TVs are expected in 2015. So we see even the market, which is existing since decades, brings a lot of innovations, brings a lot of innovative ideas, a lot of innovative new products released to the consumers. And being smart is an innovation for the consumer. Yeah? I still have here, or I still get at least the information that there are consumers who will bring their smart TV at home or bring a new TV set at home, yeah, and suddenly recognizes, oh, my new TV set is asking for a Wi-Fi key. What shall I do now? Hey, this TV set is a smart TV. You can be connected into the internet. But this is something the retailer has to explain to the consumer. Yeah? All these advantages of having an internet TV, all these advantages of having at least the TV connected at least to the World Wide Web, yeah, is an advantage which has to be explained to the consumer and has to be explained by the retailer. Doesn't matter whether it's Mr. Miller who is running a TV shop or at least Mr. Amazon who is running at least an online shop. Yeah? This is an advantage that consumer can have access to content all around the world, and not only to TV broadcasted content, can have at least their most favorite YouTube. And I don't know whether you know that Gangnam Style is the most viewed YouTube video all ever in the world. But you can have this now at least on the big screen at home, if you like. You can see all these most favorite US American series, at least even also at home. Doesn't matter where you are, yeah, doesn't matter where the content is coming from. But it is, I'm sure, something which has to be communicated. Yeah, this is something we found out by doing a study in the United Kingdom, yeah, where we have asked people, hey, you have bought a smart TV, why have you bought a smart TV? Yeah? And 64% of the consumer told us, because I wanted a new TV, yeah? Not having in mind that is hey, I want a new smart TV, I want to have access to content all around the world, yeah? Then there was some kind of rough, I wanted to have access to the internet. And only 27% of the consumer, yeah, agreed that yes, I use the smart TV, yeah, to have access via the internet to video on demand platforms, yeah? And then it's very pretty clear that this is some kind of a lack of communication between retailers and consumers. Yeah? Consumers who go to the retailer and ask for a product, retailers who are interested to sell at least an advanced product and should be interested at least to sell this advanced product even also on a higher price, which, sorry for that, quite often does not happen today at the moment. Yeah? And no question, people are connected during watching TV. Yeah? Consumer own a tablet, and they do not put the tablet anywhere in another room while watching TV. Yeah? Consumer use the tablet even also sitting on the sofa and watching TV. People use it, consumer use the smartphone while watching TV. Consumer use the laptop even also while watching TV. Yeah, I saw my 17-year-old daughter sitting in front of the TV in the living room, having a smartphone beside her and having her tablet on the knees. And hey, what are you doing? I'm watching Germany's Next Top Model. And what are you doing with your laptop on the knees? Chatting with my girlfriends. And what are you doing with your smartphone? Ringing my girlfriend up. So this is multimedia. This is second screen usability at least. So this happens already at home. Yeah? And the question for the consumer is now, can I connect these products at least? Can I connect these devices? Yeah, and we have asked, and we know 64% of the consumer use another screen at least during watching TV. Yeah? Multi-screen, second screen behavior is existing, does happen. And then when we ask, what do you want to have on this second screen by watching TV, they want to, yes, this adverts, this additional personality information I get to be on TV, I want to have this be on my second screen. Yeah? It's much less, only 20% has at least I want to have the content from my screen, from my second screen, from my tablet or from my smartphone, switched to the big screen. So it's otherwise worse. They want to have the content at least from the big screen. Part of the content, however, the only specific dedicated part which is usable for the smartphones and for the tablets to get this at least even also on their second screen. So what we see at least, it doesn't matter whether we are outside or whether we are at home. Yeah, connectivity at least is part of our daily life and will be much more in the future part of our daily life. Yeah, and connectivity, we have to accept, we have to understand, is much more than communication and much more than at least visual entertainment. Yeah, it happens at home, we see later on. It will happen in the future more and more in the car. Yeah, that even cars, among cars, will be connected. Yeah, there is of course the chance that at least even also this makes security on the streets at least even better. Yeah, so there is at least even also a reason behind why this connectivity should happen at least even also be in the cars. Yeah. And this connectivity spreads out at least to all our daily use products. Yeah, it will spread out to smart home. Yeah, the wearables will be connected. Health products will be connected. Yeah, toys at least even also will be connected in the future. And it's not only a video game that now your young boys can play among each other by sitting even in completely different cities or even the completely different countries. It's at least even also, for example, with a toy drone, yeah, which is connected at least with a smartphone. Yeah, connectivity will be at least even also in cars. Connectivity will be all around in all the products we have among us. And the big catchword, the big buzzword at the moment is of course then smart home. Yeah? And smart home, no one will step into a, don't know, do-it-yourself superstore or into a shop and ask me, can I buy some smart home? Yeah, but consumer are interested in energy saving. Is this possible at least being connected? Consumers are interested in higher security. Yeah, can they control from their office at least who has rang at the door at home? And is it really the postman or is it someone else? Yeah. Consumer might be interested to control in the office, is the door locked at home? Yeah? They might control at least with the domestic appliances, even also with their smartphone. There is a possibility, of course, to switch on the high-end espresso machine, yeah, by fingertip on your smartphone while driving at home to have a hot coffee when at least arriving at home. Yeah. Consumers are interested in leisure, consumers are more and more, and we have more and more elder people even also in some kind of assistance living. And then again we have the situation, new players will step into the market. Yeah? There might be companies who are running a home for retired people who might be, of course, highly interested in this smart home possibilities. Yeah? For security, for medical care, yeah, for leisure, of course, at least even also, and for energy saving. Yeah, so new players, it's not only the consumer. With smart home, there's a big possibility to step even also in some kind of new B2B market, which is all around this connectivity. So we learned connectivity has an impact on our daily life, and I started at least with a presentation, no matter where, no matter what. And if we put together at least what we have seen during the last 30 minutes, market of consumer electronics, market of telecommunication, IT technology, market of domestic appliance will continuously grow even also in 2015. Best condition at least be for another successful IFA being in September 2015. As in the past, the market will be driven by innovation. Yeah? And there is a need, of course, to have a big global showroom for all these innovations. This will happen on IFA in September 2015, again, as in the past. We have seen smartphones and mobile internet will be innovative products, will be innovative benefits at least for the consumers for their everyday life. Yeah? I think we are in the very, very early beginning to think about what is possible with connectivity, what is possible at least with a smartphone, what is possible in innovation coming up with this mobile connectivity. And this is at the end how we understand that this Internet of Things has already started now. Thank you very much and see you at the IFA in Berlin.